I think we've kind of been building on a certain amount of consistency here in the month of January and into February. I think sometimes it got masked by our schedule and those defensemen that we missed. But that's really all I'm driving for right now, is that we look the way we're supposed to look in all three zones. And a lot of that's just proximity to each other. No looping, no turning away from pucks, no stretching. No anticipation or a hope for offense when there's work to be done with where the puck is. And we've been good there, and our analytics have really started to improve. Zone time, chances for and against, expected goals differential. We've been really consistent with that, far more consistent than our record. So that's what I'm looking for. That's kind of a pretty singular message here for the last month. We're trying to really define our game right now.
And Mackie?
He's not playing tonight, but yeah, when we got him looked at yesterday, it was much better than it could have been. So we woke up the next morning, he was much stronger than he was when he went down that night. And then to the point that he skated this morning, we would give it a consideration. Felt really, really good, but we're sitting on a long break here, and we need him right and rested on the way out. So he won't play tonight, precautionary. We expect him to be 100% very soon.
And does having Jonah on the bench kind of help you in that decision? Like,
well, I got no interest in going over and telling Jonah he's not playing before the St. Louis game, because there's nothing in that game that he played that says he deserves to come out. But I need the center iceman on the fourth line. AJ Greer brings a lot of physicality and consistency there, so that's kind of the hole I've been rotating guys in and out of. But he didn't deserve to come out of the lineup. Clearly, Mackie was so good before he got sick that we wanted to get him back in. So I like the silver lining, is a better way to put it, is that a guy that didn't deserve to come out gets to go right back in, and we don't have a guy sitting out for too long.
Mackie, was that just a weird kind of going into the corner thing, or was it him skating off when he got?
No, it was just, he just kind of reached on a hit and stretched something. That's all. He got his arms too far away from his body and kind of yanked something, and it didn't feel right. And those can be really bad if they're extreme, but it wasn't even close to extreme. I mean, if this is a playoff game, he's playing tonight.
And you've got Ottawa. A lot of talk around the league is some teams are, what is it, I don't know, pond hockey or whatever, not trying not to get hurt. You got the break, but with Ottawa.
Yeah, we're not going to have any of that going in. And when you look at, I think the month of April, we played 9 games in 15 days. 8 of them are divisional, 3 of them are on back-to-back. Our season's going to look like this for the rest of the year. It's all of these teams in the Atlantic are there. I mean, look at Detroit's back in, and 2 weeks ago they were out, and 2 weeks before that they'd crawled out and they were in. And this is going to cause a couple things. Very intense hockey, which is great. But the better thing for us, and if you feel like you're in a playoff position, sometimes the most difficult games are to play against the teams that are out, because their risk profile just isn't right. They're not making the playoffs. They're making that cross-ice pass between 4 guys, and if it connects, it's dangerous as hell. But there's a cost to that to them, right? If it doesn't connect, you're going the other way. Well, if they're out of the playoffs, they don't care. These guys, there's a cost to, just like us. If we make a mistake, there's a cost, so we try not to make that mistake. These guys will play the game honestly in the same way, and that's true of all the teams for the most part in the Atlantic now, because they're fighting for it.
It's just so tight, right? I mean, every game's going to be.
Well, it had to happen this way. There's just been, those teams have drafted high for a long time, and they're coming of age now, and they're coming into it, and they're going to be hard, and this will continue probably for 3 or 4 years. And Buffalo is on that cusp too, right? They're another one of those really good, strong, young teams. So it's going to be a street fight in the Atlantic for the next 3 or 4 years. All right, then.